And thank you, Andrea, for that beautiful anthem for the choir. I'm feeling that little bird, with Therapeutic Touch. It's very appropriate. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to speak, to offer you information about Therapeutic Touch today as part of Trinity's Life Message. This is the beginning of Therapeutic Touch Awareness Week, so I am delighted to tell you more. And if we could have the first slide followed by the second. No, that's the one, thank you. And then the next one, Therapeutic Touch Awareness Week. Therapeutic Touch has changed and enriched my life, in part by becoming more aware of the pure life energy flowing through all of us. It is now about 24 years since I learned this complementary modality, meaning it works with regular medicine and treatments. I am blessed that while volunteering with Hospice Wellington and the Guelph General Oncology Clinic, I have and can offer Therapeutic Touch and support to clients, staff, and caregivers. The length of service and service in all areas in my life before volunteering and Therapeutic Touch, aka TT, I wasn't thinking about healing modalities. Or was I? As a girl growing up, I was fascinated and wanted to be like the woman who lived a few miles away, who just knew what side benefits there were to such plants as prickly sea holly. Then the bone setter, who just knew how to return sprained ankles back to normal. No training, no certificates needed. What's not to like? My career choice as a young girl would have been to be a nurse, but I would faint at the sight of needles, so that was out. So I use all the other needles, sewing, knitting, and crochet. Now, however, I have the best volunteer career, the person who comes in and makes you feel better without needles or invasive procedures. I am grateful for my real-life career choices made along the way, but this is the right one for me now. What is Therapeutic Touch? And why should you even listen about it? Therapeutic Touch has a load of research into the effectiveness of it, more so than many drugs as it happens. And we'll have the next slide, please. Everything in the universe is energy. No, the next. Oh, they're out of order. Oh, yeah, that you're missing the words on the, it was the one before, but it's missing the words. So everything in the universe is energy, and when we are healthy, the energy flows freely in, through, and out. With illness or injury, the energy field is changed. We humans have the ability to heal without intervention. Just watch a cut on the skin heal on its own. Just watch the progress of a bad bruise through the color spectrum. We have fields that surround each of us, like the person who steps forward much too close to you, and you take a step back, and they don't take the hint and take another step forward. Therapeutic Touch is, as you can see, energy-based, holistic, facilitates natural healing, and is research verified. Many of you have had the advantage of one of our team members visiting to offer sessions of Therapeutic Touch in person or by distance. Just like prayer, it works. To watch someone offering Therapeutic Touch, you will see that they seem to just move their hands over the body, flowing from the head to the feet, down the arms, and they may be the center to the sides. This, with the intention of a healer, is directing energy and bringing balance and harmony to the healing partner. Then, I just learned recently that when hands are in motion, offering Therapeutic Touch, they emit measurable pulsing biomagnetic fields, ranging from 0.3 hertz to 30 hertz. For example, 20 hertz stimulates skin repair. The hands are actually cycling through these frequencies automatically. This is no longer just belief, it's physics. Listen to the retired nurse I ran into while walking at Marden a few weeks ago. She told me she was adamant that TT was hocus pocus. Then she really hurt her leg, and Tylenol et al. Was not cutting the pain. Then a friend insisted on giving her therapeutic touch. She couldn't say no, but then she was pain-free for 2 days. No other meds, nothing. She was a fan from there on in. She then was one of the nurses very supportive of our work when we were starting out in the Guelph General Hospital Oncology Clinic. Approximately 2,500 of you or your friends will have received prayer shawls, and I lost my spot, that have been given away by one or more of our Therapeutic Touch infused numbers. Knowing that it takes about 8 to 10 hours to make only one, kudos to our very much appreciated crafters. Next slide, please. The effects of Therapeutic Touch: promotes relaxation response, reduces stress and anxiety, helps manage pain, improves sleep, facilitates the body's natural healing process, and fosters a sense of well-being. For example, headaches and indigestion both emit heat. Heat that can be cleared with our intention, bringing cooling energy to calm and relieve the pain. Again, talking with our hands. Those are easy examples to visualize, however. The same applies if there are invasive cells disturbing the peace inside your body. Research has proven that therapeutic touch helps all and any dis-eases and does nothing to benefit the invaders. The word healing is important because we have no control over the outcome and never imply that we can cure. Our aim is that we can influence and calm the body, which adapts and deals with the discomfort and therefore speeds up the healing process. I'd like to share a few actual incidents, remembering that we respect the privacy of every individual so that you should never be able to identify the recipient. And these are not my ego stories, as we all have similar tales to tell. When we center or get ready, we are using universal energy. And as I'm in a church, we could really probably call that God. Reducing blood pressure. When my mother was in Riverside Glen, the woman in the next room was sitting with a blood pressure monitor on her arm outside the nursing station. The nurses confirmed her blood pressure was too high to move her out of sight and into her bed for the night. I offered and was accepted to offer therapeutic touch. Her words may have been voodoo, but hey, who am I to disagree? 3 to 5 minutes later, her blood pressure was way down and she was safe to go back to bed. Mission accomplished. Gentleman in a medical setting. He was receiving a session of therapeutic touch when he goes into a major convulsion where he was awake and aware of his body and limbs convulsing and giving him excruciating pain. He yells, "Stop, stop," to the convulsion and turns to me and says, "No, not you." Afterward, he and his wife both said that the convulsion was bad, but lesser so because of the therapeutic touch session in progress. The nearby nurses were powerless because they could not reach his physician to approve use of a med he might have taken, even if one could give meds at that moment in time. In our quarterly Therapeutic Touch newsletter, I found that at another time and place, another practitioner reported similar benefits with her client, who almost who also suffered a seizure. I could quote you tons of research, and you'll see in the next slide that I'll let you read that. 50% of patients receiving therapeutic touch had significant hemoglobin increases. I have not even started on our history and the use of hands on and off healing over the centuries. I love seeing clients. We call them healing partners because they have to participate as well, because it's a team effort between us. I love how they relax from the pain or the stress they are living with. It shouldn't be a surprise after 24 years, but I am always in awe of the way it works. I still love sharing and teaching this definitely learning modality. I had 3 students that graduated 2 weeks ago on their final level of therapeutic touch, and we were in the room at hospice, and they had worked on each other for all 3 classes, so I asked if I could borrow some staff from upstairs. So the head nurse and one of the other nurses and the receptionist came down at 1:30, and these 3 students gave them a session, and all 3 healing partners fell asleep. This was amazing, and I looked at my watch and I thought, well, they've been asleep for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I set my watch for the 2-minute timer, and it gently went bing, bing at 2 o'clock, and they woke up and were absolutely amazed. But I had tears in my eyes because it's a teachable modality, and I didn't have any part of it. These 3 students did. So it was amazing. Classes run when I have 3 or 4 interested students. So the next slide will give you the names of the my Therapeutic Touch cohorts. Ann Osborne, Janet McMillan, Kathy Stevens, Linda Sankey, Eleanor Harrison, Ruth Thompson, Diane Butsky, Reverend John Benham, and myself. Never say never. The next slide. Never say never, because limits like fears are often just an illusion. And keeping that slide, I hope I'm going to give you a treat, because I'm going to offer you a meditation. A meditation like Therapeutic Touch helps you relax too. So if you doze off, no worries. The hymn following will wake you up gently. Move so that you are sitting comfortably. Close your eyes if you choose, letting go of your thoughts, allowing yourself to clear your mind, envisioning your favorite place in nature where you feel relaxed and at peace, placing your hands over your heart, feeling your heartbeat, your life source, your energy. Gently becoming aware of your breath, taking in a deep breath, holding and slowly releasing, then taking another breath and repeating. As you are focusing on the rhythm of your breathing, acknowledge and be grateful for your feet planted on the ground. Wiggle your toes, feeling their presence. Then acknowledging your legs, their strength, the support they offer you. Move to focusing on your abdomen and your core, acknowledging your center, your truth, with love of self, and where your life has and is taking you. Then give gratitude to your chest, your heart, your power, moving to appreciating your arms, hands, your reach, your embrace, your offering. Focusing now on your shoulders, the burdens they carry. Allow them to release and feel them gently ease. Finally, your crown, your mind, your intuition, your connection to others. Welcome the love all around you, day in and day out. Continue breathing as you wander through your special place, knowing you can return to this place anytime you choose. Lastly, gently, as you feel comfortable, returning to this sacred space. See the glow of the stained glass windows, the amazing colors, the light, and with lightness and renewed intention, welcome back, opening your eyes and rejoining us. Thank you.